Hello everyone, how's everybody doing? So since last time we got a little bit in trouble, not too much but enough. Let's try using the force a little bit this time, right? So, excuse me if I sound a little bit rough. I'm still a little bit suffering from a cold, still recovering. So, before I go into the state of my army, let me actually go into the briefing here, since that was the major fuck up last time. I didn't read the briefing and I wasn't ready for a major counterattack. Even though that's something you should always be ready for in the Grand Campaign, but whatever. So, June 14th, 1940. Okay, yeah, that's pretty late. It's just a couple of days left in the war. With the near total collapse of the French army, the time has come to grab as much of France as we can before any armistice can take effect. To this end, your task is to advance as far south as you can, securing at least 6 objectives along the way. Be aware that your forces may encounter the Swiss border this far south, and remember that you will be expected to respect their neutrality. There is not much time, and you are expected to travel at a significant distance. But you should expect only light and sporadic resistance from the disintegrating French army and air force. Strike hard and fast, General, and complete France out of defeat. So, that's what I remembered from reading it the first time. So, it's basically go in as fast as we possibly can, and there's not going to be major resistance. That makes sense at this point in the war. Regarding the state of my army, I again deployed 2 Panzer divisions. I reinstated my 2 scouts. Let's see whether we can give them some experience back. Other than that, did decent. I did mostly regular replacements, but a little bit of elite. I tried to stay above 9,000. I turned the Stuka into the long range one. Other than that, not much has changed. So, let me actually try something out here. Let me see whether this works for you guys. Okay, yeah, this is basically my line separating the areas that both of these armies are responsible for. So that should split them roughly, so each of the armies has to take 15 targets. So as you can see, the Western Army will go further south and will completely ignore the middle targets, but completely push south. I think another... Let me see here. Yeah, another important strategic thing is this rail line. Because I actually planned with the Panzers and the fast infantry to go immediately south and secure especially this airfield, and use some of my infantry that's not as fast to take Nancy. If that works and I can actually get these 2 places under control, I can then rail transport them down and speed things up a bit. So let's see whether that works out. Other than that, I deployed 2 level bombers. Over here I deployed my Stuka. Over here I deployed the Scout Hero ME-110. And on this side I have my Scout tanks. So I didn't deploy the Scout plane this time. So, 3 fighters again. Didn't see the need for 4 since we're not supposed to get much resistance anymore, which is realistic at this point. That was basically the time when the Germans changed air superiority into air supremacy, because the French Air Force was basically completely crumbling. So if we face anything major here, I'd be surprised. Well, we'll see what happens. So let's go. Okay, some scouts, some anti-tank guns. Yeah, nothing major so far. Can't actually get over this bridge like this. I thought I could move over here easily, but apparently we can't. Probably because of that swamp over there. Well, let's see what's in here. I think I can risk this. I don't actually think that Horsey can actually reach me. I'm just gonna risk this. But since I can't cross there, which is a little bit of a shame. Nope. Not what I wanted to do. No! Jeez. There we go. Yeah, we can actually already take a look. Yeah, that's not something major. So, okay, we'll have to take the long way around. You know what? We brought the scout fighter, so let's see what yeah, that would have been bad. Okay. Yeah, let's bring it all along the road here. Since apparently we can't do anything else. So what can we do here? I don't think they have many good fighters left, so... let's see what happens. Okay, one lone bomber. Yeah, they didn't do much. Okay, so one bomber that didn't dare do anything anymore once he saw that we had a fighter over here. So technically this guy is not even in our zone anymore, so not super inclined to deal with him. We'll see. He is kind of in a way of our general movement here, so let's get rid of him. That was a little disappointing. Neglecting my guard a little bit since I don't expect anything in this turn from the air. At least not much. Yeah, no strong fighters. That's okay. It's just sporadic. Sporadic attacks that don't really do anything. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected here. Do not retreat. Great. Good. Now it's out of ammo. Now it can't do anything. Move this in. That means next time we have it. Block these bridges. Oh, sorry. Completely forgot about the fighter. Might actually get along this route faster, even though that's in the other army's territory, kind of. Oh, nope. That needs to stay there. Yeah, that shouldn't be a major threat. Hello, Carol. Hello, Goose. Anybody else I missed? See whether we can take care of that anti-aircraft gun meanwhile. Well, so far things are going according to plan. Yeah, we need that airfield. Will that guy come out? I don't actually think that guy will come out. Yeah, that one I was... Oh, that was actually not bad. That one I kind of expected though. Might actually trap them into attacking this into the major artillery. So what do we do about this? Interesting. Minor counterattack actually happening. Okay. He went for it, but he didn't attack. See whether we can get that guy to attack in here. Actually, no, that's not our route. I'm supposed to go down this road. Let's take the road crossing. Oh, that was a shitty roll. Oh well. Actually did, nice. Okay. Okay, after this one we need a little bit of a breather. Running out of ammo left, right and center. Too bad. I thought that could maybe be an ambush. Not sure why the first one didn't attack. Oh well, poor Panzer IV, still getting a beating. Yes, from here on out we have to fight our way through. Yeah, that's also not very great. Nothing in there. Nice. Trying to get this airfield as soon as possible. Uh-oh. Why did they have that one lying around? Okay, this might also be a good time where they bring out some unexpected reinforcements, so let's protect our Stuka. And I don't know. Let's refuel. Or no. Let's try and get rid of this thing's ammo. Did we actually do anything? I think we halved it. So what are you gonna do? It's not a whole lot. It's doing nothing. All the better. It means that we can do this. Okay, we need to reinforce this. We need to kind of do this. What do we do about you? Dangerous, but it needs to be done. reinforce it for now. You did just get an airfield over there, right? Yeah. Okay, we are kind of supposed to go past that crap, so let's do that. And that airfield is even empty, all the better. So this is where this Panzer force is basically going to slug it out. Yeah, I probably need to repair that Panzer IV, honestly. Otherwise, this is probably not going to end very well. I need to get my level bomber out of there. Oh, this is a good opportunity. Ah, now I'm running out of ammo. Great. Oh well, no risk, no fun. Oh, there's actually a vantage point back there. Need to take that into account. Too high prestige. That is so not worth it. And tanks. Great. Not hitting this thing. Flat artillery is a problem. Might have to help out from the back here a little bit. Otherwise I don't see this working. Ah, crap. I hope that didn't need that. Not making the progress that I need. Oh man, this is shit. That situation is not nice. Yeah, you attack me. That's a welcome change. Because that is something I can work with. Okay, we're thinning their numbers. That's good. Not very happy about that guy, but nothing I can do about it. It's gonna be close. Oh, good. Park right next to the 88. Oh, this is so nice. You just saved me a whole lot of headaches. Okay, where do we need this artillery? Probably not up there. No, that's an artillery range. Let's not do that. Let's actually not get anywhere near this. We don't need a Panzer back there anyway. Okay, where do we need to bombard shit? That's fine. That's even better. Okay, now you're buying crap. I hope you didn't buy anything in the south. Don't buy anything down there. Nope, you didn't. Okay, great. Okay, let's see here. Gotcha. Okay, and let's not go that route. Let's go there instead. Actually, with that around, I'm not sure. Retreat, yes, thank you. So I can move in here. Let's go down there. Is there any rail line that's of any use? No, not really. So, artillery over there. Any free level bombers over there? Yeah, that'll be fine. Where's my Air Force? What can you do? Not a whole lot. Come back once we have the anti-aircraft gun out of the way. Okay, shouldn't be able to buy anywhere. Need to get rid of that thing. Come on, you can't buy anywhere. Give it up. What do you mean take the objective? Take what objective? Any objective I didn't take? No, why? Sneaky, sneaky if you try to use the railway line. Eh. Nah, I actually want the full price for that. I want to waste that. We should have enough time to get there actually. Take what with the recon? He can't buy anyway. No matter what he does. Oh well. See whether we can get that guy next turn. We have them almost at a star again, so good enough, I guess. Even with maximum mass attack bonus. Oh well. But I wanted the experience on the Panzer too. Okay. I think all our planes are safe. We got the entire map. So strategy worked out brilliantly. So decisive victory it is. Let's see here. Yep, there we go. If you hit an empty city with a level bomber, if it's not a victory hex, you can neutralize it. That means the enemy can't buy units there anymore and can't get any reinforcements there for a couple of turns, even after retaking it. And if it's a victory hex, I think you reduce the enemy's prestige. I think it does. Not sure, it does something. A lot of damage? Or I don't know. Panzer IV, yeah, but I don't know. These early Panzer IVs just aren't really up to snuff. They just can't duke it out with enemy tanks, which is kind of a thing in this game, because originally the Panzer IVs were actually the few tanks that could actually take out enemy tanks, because that thing could also shoot heat, I think. So anti-tank grenades, even though it had a short gun. So I don't know. As for the other damage, oh, I don't know. Good enough, I guess. I want it to be fast. If you're super fast, you sometimes take a couple more losses. I think it worked out in the end. I got a couple bad rolls, but I'm actually pretty happy with this. Most of my infantry is pretty damn fine, which means I can do regular replacements on all of them, and they're basically all gonna be at 2 stars, which is super good. Pioneers not, but I think those got hit at one point very badly. But the other Pioneers are soon at 2 stars. Most of the normal infantry is at 2 stars. I should be able to keep most of the tanks at 2 stars. Maybe I'll do normal replacements, regular elite replacements this time on the Panzer IV. Pretty sure I will, actually. We'll see. Scouts are almost at a star again, which is super. Fighters, yeah, decent. 88, unfortunately. What's its experience? 144. Well, that's okay. With a little luck, we'll get it to 2 stars. We'll definitely get it to 2 stars before we hit Russia. After all, there's going to be Yugoslavia and Greece before we hit Russia too. So before that, that will have 2 stars. No problem whatsoever. I think we will have all our units at solid 2 stars once we hit Russia. That's not going to be a problem. I don't need them at 2 stars to deal with Yugoslavia. As long as they're at 2 stars after that, it's gonna be fine with me. Hero on the 88, let me see. Didn't even know they had one. Defense +1, which is fine as long as I use it in anti-tank mode. And they sometimes get bombed, so if I use them as a decoy or as a trap for a bomber, that can be helpful. Come on, I don't need to raise experience that much anymore. Panzer IV, yeah, sure. That one I have to do elite replacements, but Panzer IV was pretty unlucky in the recent games anyway with that one. And I mean, that one once got destroyed, so I had to nurse it back to health over time, otherwise that would be easy. Yeah, move +1 is of course awesome on that thing, but that is a 1 in a million. That's like artillery with range or something like that. So we reached the Swiss border. That's Geneva, by the way, in case you're wondering what that is. So it's the Saône, that's the Moselle, that's the Marne. Pretty important river in the First World War. And that's the Seine. Paris is somewhere that direction. And that's the Loire. So, that's it for today. Now I'm gonna watch how Bruck did. Yeah, Bruck has it, but I think he only has it on Manstein, right? I'm not sure. I just sent him a version of RAS that I think was something like his try, but I tried a little bit different strategy, and I recommended he try that in Manstein. So I'm gonna sell the Charby. I'm not gonna keep any captured tanks because I will have a set number of tanks that we can use with our historical setup anyway, and the number of tanks that we have plus the SE tanks that we're gonna get will be perfectly fine. Also, I don't consider it super historical that using these tanks, so all the big tanks are gonna be sold. I'm a little behind Brock on experience as it on prestige as it is, so I need to catch up. By the way, we're gonna show that out in the next co-op stream. I think there's only the marginal line after this, and then we will gonna do another co-op stream. I worked on a little bit of an Excel sheet with a little graph, where I kind of figured out, okay, if you want to have 20,000 prestige by the time we finish 1942, because I think that will be the last year in which we will actually gain prestige. So if we have 20,000 by the end of 1942, and then we'll slowly decline to 0 prestige at the end of 1945, how much prestige do we need to have each scenario to follow that graph? And I calculated that. I'm basically now exactly on the graph. Brack is already past it, about 2,000 prestige. So we're both doing well in that regard. And from now on, I will look at the number. And each scenario, I will use elite reinforcements and upgrades as much as I can, as long as I stay above that graph. Once I drop onto the graph, I will use regular replacements so I don't drop below it, so I stay at a healthy position. So that would be basically the prestige side of things. Experience, I'm not sure how much we can go into experience, honestly, because we don't know the exact rules. So from what we know, combat. The more damage you do, the more experience you get, I guess. Yeah, that late war equipment gets expensive, but we're not going to use that much of it. We're not going to use all Tiger 2s or something like that. So I think we should be fine, actually. We're going to probably run way cheaper core than is usual in the game. That's very possible. He's currently doing really well. Though I'm not doing that bad either. I think taking the British path, I think, cost me a lot. I lost quite a bit of prestige there. You can clearly see, once you see the graph, you will see that I have a little bit of a dip. I'm pretty much on par with Brock King, just a little bit behind, but basically just following along. And then in the British path, I suddenly drop. And then we kind of built out that 2,000 prestige gap, and that has been there ever since. So the British path is definitely harder, at least it was for me. Yeah, Goose, from what I know, after 1942, you're gonna actually lose prestige over the course of the Grand Campaign. I'd be very surprised if we manage to actually gain prestige in 1943, let alone 1944 or 1945. That's not gonna happen. If only because we're on defensive scenarios. If we can't take hexes, we're not gonna make any prestige. If our objectives are just to hold objectives, you don't get anything for holding. So it's basically just gonna be damage repair and not much, and just sorry. Just a bonus for winning the scenario, but these massive gains that we have from actually taking entire maps, Yeah, game on. That was the part that was completely blind for me. Well, most of this, I think everything after the British Bath was also blind for me because I just don't remember these scenarios anymore. I only played them once to begin with. So I don't remember anything right now anymore. That's why I ran into the counterattack at Ras. I absolutely did not remember that. I just remembered that it was a tough scenario to do in time. Probably because the first time when I wasn't as good a player as I am now, I just couldn't handle the counterattack and ran out of time. Or used the wrong strategy, I don't know. Well, we'll see, Goose. Last time I remember, I only played so far until, I don't know, roughly Prokhorovka, I think, in 1943. Maybe one further, something like that. And I remember that I switched to Rommel in 1943. Before that I had played on Field Marshal. And I basically had no prestige left after 1943. Maybe I played shitty, but everything I had saved up until then was gone. I was basically playing with prestige like in the early couple of Polish scenarios. I had just enough prestige to do my upgrades and my repairs, and that was about it. I couldn't save anything up. So I'm not so sure. Honestly, game on, there's so many scenarios on here. I don't know. I remembered 1939. Yeah, those I knew. Ibn Emael, Albert Canal for the most part. Stun, pretty much. On Sedan, I already missed that there were so many tanks there. I didn't remember the counterattack to be that strong on that map. I kind of had that in my head that was going to be stun. Dunkirk, I didn't remember at all. I didn't even remember that you had to bombard ships. I think the major points that I learned since then is fighter traps and checking what the enemy can actually see. But I don't know, I was playing with a cheap core back then as well. Maybe a cheap core doesn't work out so well if you don't work with fighter traps and the enemy vision. I don't know. Okay guys, as I said, we will discuss more tactics and strategies on the next co-op stream. I have to call it a day. My voice is giving up. As I said, I'm still recovering from a cold, so looking forward to the next one, which will be the last one in 1940. And until then, keep your heads up, folks. I'll see you on the next one.